Hello and welcome to Simple Cryptocurrency News presented by your host PhantasmaChain. And in today's news video, we're going to be looking at the state of the market. Then we'll be looking at some of the most important news from the crypto ecosystem, as well as Ontology, Neo, and Phantasma Chain, as I always do in my videos. Now, before I get into the news, I just want to remind you that in the description below the video, you'll find the times as well as the links to the topics that I'll be discussing, so you can simply access them directly if you're interested in listening to only a specific topic. Now, let's get right into it. So what is the Bitcoin price been doing? So it's been holding strong above 10k, as we can see. I know that it has dipped to about 9.7k for a while. I didn't really expect that, to be honest, especially with the Bakkt news coming up, and I will be covering that in a moment. But it looks like it's back up above 10k, so that's pretty good news. It is holding stable around this area now, so it looks like it found support well above 9,500 now, because even the dips that do happen aren't really dipping below that price, and that's always a good sign. So Ethereum's trading at 191, and let's look at Neo. So Neo's trading at $9.87. So it's been a while since we've seen Neo below $10. That's a really good sign for people that want to get into Neo. Of course, not financial advice. Those of you that are Neo holders and are trading are probably really happy too if you've sold above $11 on the last pump that we had for Neo, only to buy back now. So of course, all of you probably did your trading analysis, so you're well aware of that. And Ontology trading at close to 80 cents, 79.7. It was actually 80 cents this morning when I was checking it out. And I was actually thinking of doing a series of trading videos on trading Ontology, because I used to do day trading with Ontology. I kind of stopped now. I prefer swing trading more because I don't really get the time to do day trading. But I know that day trading with Ontology works really well, like it does with other coins as well. But I like it with Ontology because I could actually accumulate more Ontology. So the purpose was actually to buy Ontology, sell, but always go to bed with Ontology in my wallet, because you never know what the price action is really going to do. You can never be 100% sure overnight, depending on the news, right? Because of the different time zones we're in. So if China released some important news, then anything could happen to the price of Ontology, or even Ontology themselves, right? If they release something when you're sleeping, what do you do, right? Of course, you could have stop losses and things like that to prevent the price dropping, but the purpose of trading Ontology was to actually accumulate more Ontology. And let's see which are the biggest winners, and that's OneChain, 71.6%. And the real reason for that isn't because of it's a pump and dump or anything like that. It is a decent project. They've actually released the proof of stake system, right, recently. So because of that, that's caused a lot of FOMO when people bought in. So I wonder if we're going to see the same with Phantasma Chain when they launch their mainnet, hopefully before the end of this month, although it doesn't really seem likely, but maybe they'll surprise us next week. I did expect them to give us some news before the end of the month. Lots of people have been asking on their Telegram channel, but let's see what happens. And the biggest losers are Ren and Hypercash, down 7.7% and 6.10%. And interestingly enough, Beam is also down 5.8% after pumping yesterday like crazy. It was up like 50% yesterday, I believe, when I checked it. And let's look at the news. So we finally got Bakkt, right? They're clear to launch Bitcoin futures in September. So they finally got approval from the New York State Department of Financial Services. These are the last news that I've covered when they've applied for that, and they were waiting for some sort of answer. Now, I did think there may be some FUD and maybe it won't happen, but it did happen. Maybe because LedgerX got it, who knows? I'm not sure what's behind it, but they finally got it. Now, does this mean that it's a positive thing for Bitcoin? Well, maybe so. It is Bitcoin futures at the end of the day, so it does allow institutions to buy in and hedge, right? But let's see how things work out for Bitcoin, because we're not really seeing the price increase a lot even with these news, and these are actually not so new. This is from the 16th of August, so this is just before I went on holiday, and I haven't done a video since, so unfortunately that's how it is. I wasn't really able to do it. I wasn't able to get a chance to shoot some video, but this is how it is, and let's see how this may affect the price on the 23rd of September, because that's when they announced that they're going to launch Bitcoin futures. So hopefully we're going to see some price action then. possibly over 11K. I don't know, it's just speculation really. You could never really know for sure. But maybe the whales are suppressing the price. That's what some people have been saying on Telegram. Whales may be suppressing the price, and that's why we're not seeing some price action. But let's see, end of September, what's going to happen. It is some time away, so people can still trade quite a lot now. Take advantage of this time before they can really speculate what's going to happen on the 23rd. Maybe we will see a pump to generate some FOMO to get people to buy in, only to dump on those people, right? Because whales can't do that. They've got a lot of money, right? They buy over the counter and they do that. And let's move on and talk about Ontology. So Ontology, I mean, just checking their Twitter page here, they posted a lot of updates. Their ecosystem partner Movieblock, who they've been talking about quite a lot in the recent months, will launch its beta service on August 26th. What else do they have here? Zell Labs is pleased to announce Ontology and ONG, they'll enter into the Zell Labs partnership to provide access and development with the high-performance multi-chain project Zellcash. So lots of these small partnerships we're seeing. Magnum is loaded with Ontology Network starting from today. ONT along with ONG are available in the Magnum wallet. So yeah, lots of new wallets. I mean, there are just so many cryptocurrency wallets out there. You don't really know which one to use. Some of them look cool, right? But I think personally I like the O3 wallet simply because, you know, I'm a Neo and Ontology ecosystem fan. So with O3 I can hold the Neo, Ontology and the assets which are on these blockchains, which are the NEP5 tokens or the OEP tokens. And of course Sesame Seed, right? These guys have actually been mentioned some time ago because they were chosen as a candidate consensus node. So they can run one of the nodes from Ontology, one of the 7 nodes that Ontology has. They're going to run it, and you're also going to get some other tokens which are called the seed tokens if you stake using this node. Now unfortunately I'm not really happy with the returns of the staking, to be honest, hence why I kind of like trading Ontology now for accumulation, because I know that with trading, if you even know the basics of trading and you're careful, if you play some safe trades, you can definitely earn a lot more than staking. But again, there's also the risk that the price can go up quite a lot, and you may lose out if you're holding, for example, Bitcoin or USD Tether when you're trading Ontology. So keep that in mind when you're trading. There is that risk as well. But I do think that the returns pay out in the long run, and you actually get more trading Ontology than staking Ontology. But it's up to you. If you don't have time to trade, if you don't have time to learn how to trade, then maybe it is better to stake if you hold Ontology, simply because if you stake on a node, you get those extra rewards, which, why not? You know, why not get them? They're free. And let's move on and talk about Phantasma Chain. So they've actually announced this. These are quite old. This is from August 13th. I didn't get a chance to cover this, but they have announced the DOP competition winners. And of course the Phantom wallet, which I've actually done a video on. So again, if you're new to my channel, check out one of the latest videos I did on the Phantom wallet. It's a short demo. Now the functionality wasn't up to date. There have been some network issues with the ORPC node, I believe, or with the ORPC connection. But it is you get a glimpse of how it looks, right? So it is actually ready. I'm not sure if you can actually store Sol on there yet, but you know, when it's ready, it's ready. So do check out the Phantasma Chain Telegram page for any kind of news on that, and ask any sort of questions. Again, Vincent and Merle are the developers, so do ask them out. Feel free to reach out to them and find out if you can use this wallet. I haven't had a chance to ask them if it's actually ready to be used yet, because I know there have been some issues, but that's how it is. This is how it's going to work. I don't think you can store the NEP5 version of Sol on there yet personally, so I don't think it's ready to be used yet. But this is just my opinion. At least when I last checked it, I couldn't see it. I think it's only for the Phantasma Chain blockchain. So when they're going to do the token swap between the NEP5 version to the Phantasma coin, to the Sol coin, right, Phantasma Chain's native coin, then I think you can use this wallet. But there may be some recently added feature, I'm not sure, I haven't had the time to check. I know that they've been developing on it, in which you may be able to store the NEP5 version, but again, check with them just to be sure. Don't send any NEP5 on there. I know that when I created the wallet on there, it was a Phantasma Chain native wallet, so not a Neo one. So yeah, they're the first place winners. Second place are Spin Your Soul, which is also a game. It's a casino game in which you can win 30,000 soul. Or sorry, they've won 30,000 soul and 10,000 kcal, as well as a standby block producer spot for the second place. But yeah, you can win soul basically by playing this game. So it is pretty cool. Fantastic Casino. It's a really cool name, right? And it's the first game, Spin Your Soul, and is to provide a solid mix between a casino and a Phantasma dApp marketing. The aim is to create a Phantasma themed casino where players can win both soul and NFTs from first and third party applications and games on PhantasmaChain. The marketing and Phantasma dApp exposure aspect mainly consists of the following, which is NFTs can be showcased and won by players in the casino through several means, and of course advertisements as well can be placed for mini games. Blockboy is the third place winner, who won 20,000 soul and 10,000 kcal, as well as the standby block producer spot. It's a first-person shooter game, so pretty basic, right? Pretty basic, but don't imagine it's easy to create. It did take them 1 month. They had a month to work on it, but it doesn't mean it's simple. It's a basic game, right? The functionality looks pretty basic, but it's these basic mini games that do well sometimes, right? Depends on how addictive it is, right? Then you've got the 4th to 10th place in no specific order, which win the 10 kcal per submission, and that's Dogecoin, Blocksports.io, which look familiar. I think these guys were on Neo as well, at the betting platform. Fandex, Sudoku, Phantasmol, e-commerce app, non-fungible trading, also e-commerce, and Cat vs Dog, which is also a game. So yeah, that's what Leakai has posted here. We're getting closer to the mainnet launch. That's my opinion, right? We're getting really, really close. They just need to get some stuff in order, and once that's done, it'll launch anytime. And let's move on and see some other things here. And this other thing that I wanted to cover, so Chain Changed Games, they're part of the Phantom Force, right? This group here, they've joined the Phantom Force, which is the group of Phantasma Chain developers that are going to work on the dApps on Phantasma Chain. They're going to be creating lots of dApps. Them, as well as Goatee Entertainment, which are going to launch the 22 Racing Series game, which we've seen. They're also part of the Phantom Force. And actually, I really wanted to cover this table by Kevin Munn here. He's a Phantasma holder as well, a soul holder, and he's created this table. Actually, it wasn't him, apparently, when I've asked on the Telegram group. It was somebody else that created it, but he tweeted it, and then this got retweeted by Phantasma. So this table is a great comparison of how the Phantasma project compares to all these other crypto projects, including Loom, Ontology, IOST, Steem, Tomo, EOS, Wax Engine, Tron, and Ethereum. So you can see the difference here, and of course he made it look like Soul is one of the best projects to hold, but he's compared the most important features of a blockchain, right? Because this is what you want to see. You want to see the list of the blockchain features and what the other projects are able to do at the moment, and what Phantasma is going to be able to do. So Phantasma, as you can see, is a very ambitious project. You've got the masternode staking, of course, which many others do. Long-term development fund, they've got that as well. Private transactions, multi-signatures, Unity SDK, oracles as well. Oracles actually is used by Chainlink as well. So if Chainlink would have been on this list, they would have had that box ticked. Unity SDK, NFTs and marketplace, sidechains, scalable. Now a lot of the projects have that as well. Jewel token, the energy system, Ontology of course has that, ONG. Soul is going to have kcal. Stable token, they've got that as well. Interoperable swaps, not many have that, right? Voting power. DEX with atomic swaps, only Tomo Chain has that, hence why it's quite similar to Tomo Chain in a way, because we can see Tomo Chain actually ticks a lot of these boxes, as well as Tron. True.io, VM, virtual machine, link extension, Explorer, mobile wallet, of course, lots of them have that. Actually, all of them have that. The dApp store, and the all-in-one app, which is only by Phantasma Chain. So yeah, pretty cool if you look at this list, right? This kind of tells you what you could expect from Phantasma Chain. And let's see how they actually do when they launch their mainnet, because we have seen a lot of FOMO a lot of FOMO happening with one chain. As you can see, the price has increased quite a lot just from the information about staking. We've seen that with energy as well because the payout is amazing. So let's see with KCAL, especially when they're gonna launch, because we still don't know. People are speculating what the price of KCAL is gonna be. There are 300 million in total supply, right? 300 million tokens. So there is quite a lot, but let's see. People are speculating anything could happen. Some are saying it could be 1 cent, some are saying it could be higher, but we'll have to see. And yeah, they're basically just tweeting here about these different things. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, actually 10 hours ago, Changed Games also posted a demo of how to set up a node on Phantasma using a Mac OS. So if you have a Mac OS and you want to set up a node, do check out this demo. It's pretty well explained here how you can do it step by step to run a node and contribute to the Phantasma blockchain. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, again, mainnet is actually running. It just is not ready for the masses yet because they're pending some functionality. So once that's there, then we're gonna have everything ready and they're gonna announce it. So that's that with Phantasma Chain. I'm actually looking forward to it, and I'm sure many of you are too if you hold Sol and your Sol Masters especially, and you want to generate that KCAL. And let's move on and look at NEO news today. So the most recent news, which are from yesterday, are about CardMaker, which are gonna hold a content package staking and pre-sale event in preparation for NatureTown launch. So NatureTown is going to be a game, of course, and the packages consist of the in-game content and cake tokens. That's the name of the token that is going to be used in the game, which can be unlocked by staking NEO or NNC tokens or purchased outright. And interestingly enough, we haven't seen many news from NEO name service. I used to do a lot of videos on them. I did a few demos on how to get a domain name, basically to convert your NEO alphanumeric address into a domain name. So for example, you could have, if your name is Peter, you could have peter.neo, and that would be converted from your NEO address, and you could hold that domain name for 1 entire year by bidding with CGAS. So yeah, the NNC tokens also generate CGAS, not very much, only a little bit, but they've got other use cases, and as we can see, they will be used here for this game as well. Now the pre-sale event launches on August 26th, so be prepared if you're interested in this. Again, not financial advice. And earlier in the year, CardMaker launched the Ethereum-based Cake Town. Although the two towns are separate, they are able to trade with each other, so that's good interoperability. CardMaker has produced a promotional video for the launch of NatureTown, so do check it out. And this is how it looks. Now, personally, I think this looks really old style, right? It looks like it's on a Game Boy. If you've played on the Game Boy before, you know, many years ago, this is pretty much how it looks in terms of graphics, maybe a bit better, more colorful, but pretty basic, right? I mean, you're not seeing like really special effect graphics here, 3D graphics or anything like that. Don't expect that. Blockchain games are kind of like that now. We're not really seeing good graphics, but there will be some which are going to release with amazing graphics, and I really look forward to that. Again, not the full functionality will be on the blockchain, but that's how it's gonna be. And of course you can stake, like I said, NNC or NEO, so that is gonna be good for the holders of NNC or NEO, because that's gonna generate some you know, that's gonna make these tokens come out of circulation, and usually it drives the price up. But it depends how many people adopt the game. There will always be some players, right? What I'm seeing with a lot of these blockchain games is normally the communities are quite small, maybe like 200 to 300 people, maybe 500 people join at first if they do some kind of airdrop, and then maybe you get like 20 or 30 active players which are constantly playing the game and supporting it, you know. So not so many active players unless they have some special events in which they give away free coins, right, or free tokens, and then more people join. In that case, like we've seen with Hyper Snakes on Ontology, it was free for a while. You could generate ONG just by making sure you're in the top 20 or top 30 in a 24-hour period. So I think if they do stuff like that, then they generate some players, but people don't really want to spend money on these type of games unless they're like really amazing games and many players join and things like that, you know, if they have a great future ahead of them. So it is a speculative market. Many of these games don't really make it. They try, but they don't really make it. This is just the honest opinion. This is how it works. But some of them do well, so do check it out if you're interested. This is how it's going to work. This is how it is for new players. Sometimes new players actually have a lot of advantages over players that join later because they get like some of the top-end products, top-end characters. But again, if only 1 or 2 players are the best in the game, then the rest of the players get annoyed because they're like, okay, what's the point for me to play, spend all this time if I can't make it in the top as well? I need to have a chance. So sometimes being an early joiner can give you an advantage, but can also have some downsides. For example, not enough players playing the game and then the game dies out. So this is how it is. And let's move on and talk about Nash. And actually, if you access the Nash website, okay, it is down for maintenance. They are supposed to launch their exchange. They're supposed to have launched it yesterday, but maybe they're running into some technical difficulties. I've checked it yesterday and I couldn't access it, and now it's down for maintenance again today. So I think they're just getting stuff ready, and they're probably going to launch tomorrow, as it's, or not tomorrow, sorry, Monday. This is my assumption, right? And maybe this is why they've taken it down for maintenance. So let's see how it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to seeing Nash live because many people have been FOMOing this exchange, this DEX, to see how good is it really gonna be. And I'm gonna be doing a demo on next to see how it's gonna be. But yeah, this is how it is. Again, the next tokens are the tokens that are used, which is a security, of course, and you can stake them. You can stake them to generate commissions, well, basically like a small fee, a small percentage of the exchange fees, which are going to be generated on the Nash exchange. So where can you get Next tokens? On Switcho. Switcho is a hybrid exchange where you can purchase Next if you're interested. Again, not financial advice. This is only if you're interested and you're wondering where can I get Next to be able to trade on Nash. And of course, you're going to be able to do that on Nash too. But there will be the staking functionality, which is going to generate a lot of FOMO in my opinion. We've seen this happen with many projects, again, OneChain and other projects too. Ontology, I remember when they launched, so there was a lot of FOMO, you know, when it comes to these sort of things, the proof of stake, especially if proof of stake pays out really well. If they pay good dividends, then you can expect that. So that's that from today's news video. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below the video. Check out the description below the video for all the links, like I've said, and keep an eye out for the next giveaway, which is gonna be in September. Now, I haven't decided yet if it's gonna be another Soul giveaway, maybe a Bolt giveaway. If I'm gonna do a Bolt giveaway, I'll probably do a Bolt video as well, just to kind of give you some insight on what Bolt is all about if you haven't already checked them out. But thank you for watching and have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.